welcome back to the Transform You podcast. I'm Paula.
And I'm Neilia.
And today we're really just going to do a wee bit of lassie talk.
Aye,
Wee bit of girly
chats.
therapy, yeah. I think this is the perfect time to actually do this episode because last night we were absolutely buzzing and all the gals were there last night. Big shout out to all of you.
Oh, so
because
good.
it was just the best time ever. Last night we were at a mini wellness evening retreat. So
Hosted by Paula.
yes. It was one of these nights that was just perfect.
It was so good.
It was honestly, coming up to this event, I thought to myself, right, what do I actually want from this? What is my intention of this event? And basically what I was thinking was bringing together people who I knew really loved all the wellness stuff, people who I knew maybe would get right into it. And I think it was a good group.
It was perfect. It was a perfect group of lassies.
It was so good. And honestly, I feel really lucky that I've got Stacey's beautiful space. You know, Prosper Gym is just really nice, especially at the yoga. You put out the lights and stuff, and it's the candles and the smells and the vibes, and it's so good. So thank you, Stacey, to start with, and obviously thank you everyone for coming, including you, my supportive queen. So as much as Neilia is actually here enjoying herself at these events, like, you always help.
I'm the wee assistant.
Yeah, I just think you're that supportive pal.
Oh, I try.
Yes, so thank you.
I try.
I think after last night, everyone was just had that buzz. You know that way if you've ever been to something before and you just meet people who you're like, oh, I fucking love them. You leave and you're really buzzing. And I think last night was just like that. So afterwards, everyone was just saying how amazing they felt. So basically during the event, the theme was, you know, coming into a new year. But to start with, it was basically that discussion of sort of what we spoke about yesterday in the podcast for the goal setting one. Just because it's a new year doesn't mean that it needs to be a new you. Like, it can make people feel really down, especially if you've had a rubbish 2020. You might actually be like, oh, I'm not ready for this yet.
It can put too much pressure and it can just make you feel like shit.
Yeah. So as much as actually it can be motivational. So if you're on that, jump on it, like, definitely. But it was more just to be like, right, okay, let's actually be a wee bit kinder to yourself coming into the new year, and actually let's just all sit and get a nice chat and reflect on different things and share different ideas.
And I loved that. That was actually my intention for the night.
Is that what you wrote down?
Yeah,
Oh,
was
that's nice.
I loved it. Was to connect and just enjoy a night with the girls.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to put too much pressure on this year.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved just being with like-minded lassies and chatting to everyone. You could tell everyone needed that as well.
Oh my God, yes.
Before anyone even said, oh my God, I needed that, which, by the way, everyone said that.
Yeah.
But before anyone said that, you could tell everyone arrived and was like, oh my God,
I need this.
And by the way, me and you needed that.
Oh, I have felt so good after it. Like,
Yeah.
I really needed that because sometimes I'm guilty of not doing the self-care things for myself because I'm always giving it to others, which obviously I really love. But last night it was more everyone was joining in. So what we done was a wee bit of mindful movement at the start, just a wee bit of fun, and then we done our intention setting. We also then done lovely wee exercises where instead of me writing out the self-affirmation cards or, you know, like the words of wisdom or whatever you want to call it, we all wrote something for each other and then gave it random, that someone randomly then got that message.
So cute.
And some people it just was so perfect for. So like Chloe, for example, got one about her being like sunshine, and the other Chloe got one about her not being responsible for other people's growth, which really resonated with her. And it was just so nice. And then at the end, like Georgia spoke about feeling really emotional and how much she actually needed that. And the meditation sort of hit home with not being very kind to yourself and actually feeling emotional about everything you've been through in 2024.
So a few of us got quite emotional during the meditation.
By the way, that was the best compliment for me. I was like getting inside. I was like, When people said that, obviously I was cheating. I was
It
like,
is the best compliment, by the way.
it is so.
Because when people say that about my like shavasanas and my meditations, I'm like, oh, thank you so much.
I think there was like 5 people who said they cried, and obviously
I
I
was
was
crying.
Yay!
I was greeting. See when you were like roll over to your side and just take a moment before you come back to the room. I was like, I rolled over and was like,
Wiping the tears away.
yeah, I was greeting throughout the whole thing.
But that's what's so powerful about getting yourself into a room full of like-minded people. And I know a lot of these events can be off-putting for people because it's like, okay, I'm not, I don't do yoga, I don't meditate, I'm not on my healing journey or whatever you want to call it, right? Always I would say at my events, I try and normalise these things. And I feel like last night, that's exactly what happened. It was more just chill, and it was very, very much like led by everyone there.
Yeah.
And everyone got a space to talk last night and share something and take something away from it. And it was just...
The vibes were so good. The energy was... Oh,
yeah.
It was so good. And everyone was just so open with each other without us like having to force it.
Well, that's it.
It was just so natural.
It can be hard to open up to people who you don't know, but I think if you can create a safe space for people to actually be like, I trust that these people here aren't going to judge me, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's not one person that can do that. Like, I can't bring that. I'll try my best, but it's who else is in that room.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's like everyone who was there last night really showed up for themselves, really showed up for each other. And that's why I think everyone was like, that was incredible.
Yeah.
So good. And it was so nice. So, for example, I had invited Georgia and Chantel, not knowing that they actually knew each other from the past.
So cute.
And that was a really nice moment. So, Georgia was someone who I used to work with, and she's went through her own journey, and she's absolutely smashing life. And Chantel's someone who I met actually through social media. And we've done an event together before, and then we've done one today as well. So we had a nice wee weekend together. And actually seeing that, so Georgia's own journey started with Chantel, and then they're together at an event years later. How nice is that?
Full circle.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So gorgeous.
And then, like, who else was there last night who knew each other? Did you? Oh, you obviously would have known a couple of people there last night.
I knew Morale, and I knew quite a few of them from just other events. So I knew quite a few of them. It was cute.
I suppose you go to quite a lot of wellness events about Glasgow. Like, you're always supporting everybody.
Yeah.
I know I've already said that, but genuinely the most supportive person you'll ever meet in your life. But I also think you all do a lot of that stuff for yourself. Like, you've been to other people's events that I've also been to, and you've always came to all the things that I've done. So I think the thing with events is, and especially for you, that's sort of where you would have met all your new pals.
Yeah.
For the company different events. So if you're someone who's listening to this and thinking, I really want to meet new people, like, I feel like I am outgrowing my pals, because that was a theme last night, by the way. No names will be dropped here because obviously that was a wee safe circle. But loads of people there last night have said, I've outgrown old friendships. I was best pals with people for X amount of years, and now we just don't talk. And I'm actually... People, you go for a wee bit of a funk when, you have like a girly friendship breakup or anything like that. And last night to actually say, I think I'm doing the right thing, because I feel like I'm now meeting other people.
Yeah, and we were all talking about just cutting the cord and just letting go.
Because we've all experienced that, and it can be terrible. It can be just as bad as a breakup. But
sometimes it can feel harder because you've known them for longer.
And it's your girls.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, partners come and go sometimes, and your gals are supposed to be there.
No one ever forget that, by the way. Your partners will come and go, but your gals will always be there. There's a big yes at the end of that. But I think that is actually something that comes up in every girl friendship group. People are like, your pals can just spend a lot more time with their partners or whatever. And we've all been guilty of that, and it's really easy to do. But your gals will get you through anything.
Yeah.
I mean, love my boyfriend to bits. He's an angel. But my pals are the ones who I'm like, I know they'll be there.
Yeah.
Because they have genuinely got me through everything. And without my gals group chat back in the day, I honestly don't know what I would have done.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because there was sort of like 7 of us who got each other through. We're all kind of going through something at the same time. And genuinely, it was just so great to have each other. Like, we would do things like go on hill walks, or we would always go for coffees, would have like the girly nights out, or even like girly nights in. And I just never ever want to lose that. I just think that's like one of my favourite
you need
things.
It.
Oh, God,
it's therapy.
Girlhood.
It actually is therapy.
And you actually see that all over like TikTok and Instagram, like girlhood and women supporting women. And you know that wee thing, it's like, oh, I love being a woman.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So
love it.
Good.
So good.
And see, if you're listening to this and you're like, I don't have that. Listen, you can find people like that.
You can.
You really can. And if you're sitting here just now going, I've never had that, that is your sign to go to events. It's your sign to find your people, find your community. And it doesn't need to be yoga and cold water therapy and all the shit that we do. Like, just say you're really into gaming. I don't know anything about gaming, but I know that there's communities. I know that there's loads of meetups and things for all different things. Run clubs, to say that's the place where, you know, you meet your new partner, but you can also go and meet new... You're like that, how did that not work for me?
Still not working.
That was girls only as well, mate.
I know.
That was your best chance.
That's my best chance. Still not here.
Wholesome Run Club, if you're single, we have single ladies looking for other single ladies.
Hello.
Sorry, mate, I feel like I've just pimped you out.
I know. Fuck's sake, Paula.
Who needs Hinge when you've got the Wholesome Run Club?
I know. Well, apparently me.
Well, aye. Fingers crossed it works.
Oh, aye.
Have you not heard that though? They're saying like run clubs are the
Really?
new place today. Aye. It's like a thing.
That's mad.
Please, someone confirm this. This is a thing. I swear to God.
Right in, confirm. Because I don't believe her.
Someone messages to let us know. Like, I'm sure that's a thing.
But how? People are deleting the apps and just
going to run clubs.
That's
smart.
Are people joining our...
That is smart, because I feel like with dating apps, no one wants to go on them, right? But that's just the day. No. That's just modern day living.
You have to.
And all our egos need to be just dropped.
It's tough out there.
It is. It is. And I can kind of see why, right? Because if you're at a bar with your pals and a guy comes up, you're honestly just like going to get to fuck.
Yeah.
If you're with your pals, right?
Yeah.
So I can see why people don't want to approach each other. Equally, if a girl came up and started talking to you, I feel like people don't know where they stand. So it's like
100%.
You might have a partner.
I'm also trying to do the gaydar thing, being like, is she gay? Is she not?
That makes it even more complicated. Yeah. I was quite confident when I was single. I would chat to guys at bars, right? I was quite confident, I would say.
You're like Karen.
But I actually had to go through a whole stage to get there, right? Because the old Paula would never have done that. Genuinely, I had zero confidence my whole life. So for me to then say, I'm confident enough, not now, by the way. Back then, I was confident enough to be like, yeah, I'm going to go and talk to that guy. And smooth about it, you know. Like that. Smooth off.
Hen.
I say that and watch this. I was obviously fucking steaming or something like that, like thinking I was smooth.
She trips up on the way.
But I think that's a nice place to be able to get to. But let's be honest, not many people are going to do that.
No.
And it's also a risky game. One wants to get on them. We've all been on them.
Yeah.
I fucking hated it. I think I was on them for maybe a couple of weeks max.
Really?
I was scunnered. I hated them. Hated it. I don't know if
I'm
it's
on and
because-
off them.
I
You know me.
most people are like that. I would say most of my pals have been like that. Like, I don't know if it's because I was a bit like I'd always been in a relationship. I'd never been single, and I was like,
yeah.
oh, I don't like this. People are saying really horrible things. Like, you know the horrible things. I mean, like
Men are
the sexual.
sorry, but straight men are
God.
horrid.
I could not.
You do get it with girls every now and again. Like some girls are players, by the way, but the men. I'm sorry, girls. I really do feel for you.
I could not believe the way people would just slide into your DMs. Like, I don't even want to repeat some of the stuff. You know, right? If you've been on these apps,
They're
you know.
disgusting. And see, back in my straight days, oh no, it was
So
bad.
many.
It was bad.
So I think that's what it was for me. I just thought no. And the thing was, me and my pals used to talk about this. The guys who would be doing that, you'd end up like seeing them in the gym or seeing them on a night out, and they would not even look the road you're on. So it's like, right, hold on a minute.
They'd be like,
what's going on here?
oh.
Is that same guy? You've been catfished. Talking about catfishing. We have pals who have been catfished, right? And it is fucking hysterical. Now, if you've been catfished and it's been serious, I'm really sorry because I actually think that would be mental torture.
Yeah.
And you know those documentaries you've seen on Netflix, and I thought you always got that. How did they let that happen? But some of them are really good at doing it.
Mm-hmm.
There was that lassie, and it was like our cousin. Sorry if that's a spoiler. Our cousin was doing it for like 12 years.
What?
Maybe it wasn't that long. It was a lot.
That's insane.
Mate, a long time.
Poor
But
lassie.
it's because the person was actually a real person and they knew that person. But so she thought she was talking to that person. It wasn't. It was our cousin the whole time.
That's disgusting.
Weird. So anyway,
People
our
are
pals.
fucked up, man.
I know.
Fucked up.
It's a lot of time in your hands. Our
Yeah.
pals, it happened to them, and I think they went on the dates. One of them actually was too embarrassed to go for the walk in the park because this man was not the same man who was on his Tinder profile pic. And the other one, actually, I think she stayed for the date,
She did.
but actually, I think she bailed halfway through. Like, she went to the toilet, texted her pals, like, I need out of here, and done a runner. Which is fair enough, right? I would say I would never have done a runner on somebody, but if someone's lying about who they are, 100% do a runner.
Do it. I mean, I think now I'd have the balls to do it, but in the past I probably wouldn't.
People pleasing, like, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't want to let them
I know,
down.
classic people pleaser, but now I'd probably be like, fuck you.
It's quite terrifying.
Yeah, it's bad. You do get it though. You get it with lassies.
I can imagine.
You do get it with lassies. It's bad.
What apps would you use?
I'm on Hinge.
Hinge. That's what
On
actually
Hinge.
I used.
See, in the past though, have you ever heard of Field?
No.
I used to use Field, and that is
Wild.
weird.
Is
It's
it?
not weird. It's wild.
Oh, God.
It's a wild world on there, and
Tinder was
I
wild
needed
enough
to
for
get
me.
off there because it was wild.
Aye.
You used to get catfishes on there,
Oh, dear, dear, dear.
and you used to get some just mad requests.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like fetishes?
yeah. Which
Who-
like power to you, but
Yeah.
like. Yeah, you just get like mad stuff on there. Some stuff I'd be like, I've never heard of this.
Maybe you
That's-
should have used it, right? To find out how you get onto these websites where you can sell photos of your feet and become a millionaire.
Well,
Would you do that?
Maybe.
If it's no one knows it's you,
no one knows you.
I would. How do you do it?
How?
But then is that cheating on your boyfriend?
Well, I'm single, so I'm not cheating on
Like,
anyone.
maybe I can't do it. Like maybe that ship is sailed. But
I'll earn the millions for us.
right, find out.
Okay.
If anybody, if
I'll get
anybody
back on
knows-
field and and I'll do our research.
because I'm a committed woman now. I'll not be on any of these sites, and I won't be doing any feet
Don't worry,
pics.
William. It's safe.
You could take one for the
Paula's
team.
feet are safe.
You could take one for the team.
Aye, I will.
Do
Okay.
it.
I'll research.
If you're going to make millions for it, like,
People do though.
ah,
They really do.
I keep seeing these things, and I don't know if it's like my algorithm in TikTok because I've like showed interest
Oh,
in it,
God.
right? And it's people being like, I made 10 grand last week selling photos of my feet. Or there was this one weird video, and it was like a lassie who was like eating her dinner with her toes.
With her toes?
But someone requested that.
I won't be doing that.
For $1 million? I would.
Oh, for $1 million, yeah.
No one knows it's you. I would.
Aye.
Listen to us, like we're just like, money doesn't bring you happiness.
We'd invest it back into the pod.
Aye, and we'd put on really, really nice wellness events for the
We would.
lassies. I think it'll be worth it.
See, because last night was a free event. We'd put on free events.
Aye, put all that money to,
Yeah.
think of how much money we could raise for Women's Aid.
My feet would raise money for Women's Aid.
Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. Right. Listen back, guys. I'll do my research.
Someone needs to ask Neilia next week if she came into any money recently. And you'll know why.
How funny. I can't wait for William to listen into this. He's going to be like, you lassies, can you know?
God, I know. And he'll be like, hey, were you on Tinder? And
Did you meet on Tinder?
no, Hinge.
Hinge.
And actually, this is so funny because William fucking patched me.
Did he?
Yeah, I slid into his DMs. So I think that was actually originally on Tinder, which actually I stayed on that for like a week. And like I said,
I was on there once and it was, I find it really overstimulating.
It's not a nice place. I feel like that's where you get the most vile comments. So if you ever think about going on to one, go on to Hinge. I feel like Hinge is more dating vibes. So then we reconnected on Hinge. And I can't remember what the wee question was. Anyway, and I was like, I recognise him. And he actually did say that to me. He was like, oh, I think before. And then I thought, he patched me because, and I know why. So I was out and I was drunk and it was an Old Firm game. And I'm not a football fan, right? But my family are one side and William's family are the other side. And William is like, he's a big fan.
Yeah.
And I'd messaged him, his team lost, and I had messaged being like, okay, are we celebrating or greeting the night? And obviously he was greeting, so he patched me. Very bitter. Very bitter.
Oh, aye.
But then we reconnected and yeah, he was a really good date planner.
Was he?
Yeah, that was.
I
that
can
was a
see
really
that
good
actually.
thing.
Aye, he's cute.
Aye. Thoughtful soul.
William's dead cute.
Like, I think if someone's not taking you in really class dates at the start, no.
Bin.
Loads of effort at the start. I mean, the effort should never fade, but at the start, dates should be
Yeah.
shit hot. And that's what gets you, because then you're like, you know, if you're going to have fun with that person, or you know, if it's going to be a bit of a boring life, or you know, that kind of
You know that they care.
sets the tone.
Yeah.
Because actually all the stuff we did at the start for dating, we just still do all that. Like,
Yeah.
we go to concerts together, we always go away on wee day trips, go on holidays. Like, oh my God, we actually, when we were dating, done one of those Wiltshire mystery holidays.
Did you? No, you didn't.
Literally barely knew each other.
Where did you end up going?
We've actually done it twice. The last time we got it,
I love you.
the last time we done that, we ended up in Poland for the Christmas markets. What I will say is, Wiltshire mystery holidays, by the way, no, a pure con.
Oh,
You end up
really?
spending a fortune. So it advertises like pure cheap. Like, is it two for, I can't remember, like £99 each or something like
Yeah,
that?
something like that.
No, we always ended up like
Spending way more.
I suppose because then you start adding on like extra days, or you want to fly from Edinburgh, or you want to add a bag, and obviously you need a fucking bag. So aye.
But what? That's heavy cute though.
It is. Aye. That's fun. Like, that's like fun like dates. And
Fine.
I know some of my pals also had been on like fun dates like that,
Yeah.
and then it's worked out really nicely. So yeah. Always plan nice dates at the start.
Yeah.
And then that's sort of like the wee theme of how it
I
should
love it when
continue.
dates aren't just like always the same. Just every time you just go out for drinks. Which I do love. You know me. I love going out for drinks.
Yeah.
But when they're the same every single time,
Aye. Like
bit boring.
a good drink together when you're starting off, I think is good, because it kind of like breaks the ice.
Yeah.
But then I think after that you're a bit like, right, okay.
Can we can we go do something
Aye,
else?
aye.
Yeah.
And what's your like favourite, or what's the best date that somebody's taken you on?
Oh, that's a good question.
Or what's the best date that you've taken someone on?
Oh,
Would you plan them or would they plan them?
I like it when someone plans them for me.
Yeah.
But usually I think the best ones are the ones where I've planned them. Classic. Bloody classic,
Organised
girls.
queen, that's why.
Typical.
Do you know what, Hen, if you want a job done right, do it yourself.
Literally. Oh, God. I think probably I've taken a girl on like a wee road trip.
Oh, a
Just
road
like a wee
trip
day,
is a good
day
one.
trip. Like a wee,
Yes,
like spontaneous.
that's
Let's go.
nice.
We
Yeah.
were supposed to go for a coffee and I was like, let's go
Day
for
trip.
a wee day trip.
Oh, that's nice. Where did you go? Oh,
We went on a wee road trip to Loch Lomond.
oh, nice.
Yes. Just had a wee coffee and a wee walk. It
I
was cute.
love a wholesome day out. That's one of my, if I could pick like an ideal day, that's what it would be, right? It
Yeah.
would be like a wholesome day out. So I think for me, waking up, right, just whenever, and it's one of those like really crisp winter mornings. I had the most perfect day a few weeks ago, and I feel really bad saying that because I was all alone.
Oh, you did though.
I honestly just woke up and I had that feeling like I need to go somewhere, right? I can't remember, was I scunnered? I can't remember what it was, right? So anyway, I was like,
No,
I need
you
to go
were.
somewhere. I was,
Because we
wasn't
both
I?
were. Do you remember? And I just went out for a walk with the dogs. You went out for
Oh my
for a
God,
coffee and a
yes,
drive.
because it was that day, it was, Glasgow was so foggy.
Yeah.
And I just kept driving, right? And I remember, like, I got outside of, like, Bearsden, heading towards the hills, and the fog disappeared, and it was blue skies. Couldn't believe the difference, right? So Glasgow was, like, grey, you know, very, very depressing weather. And I literally headed for the hills, and the blue skies came, and it was sunny, and it was stunning. So I had no intention of going anywhere. I just kept driving,
So nice.
and I ended up in Aberfoyle. Got myself a lovely wee
Stunning.
coffee. So many cute shops there, like
Oh, it's so nice
you know, like
there.
they make like the homemade
Yeah.
tablet and the homemade macaroons. Oh, stunning!
So good.
Love it.
So good.
Done that, right? And I thought, right, where can I go from here? And something just said to me, Paula, just head towards Ben Ann. So I just went, right, okay, I've done that drive so many times and I know it's stunning.
Yeah.
Mate, did I know what I was getting myself into? Oh,
No.
my God.
Lassies, it was,
Stunning.
go look on Paula's page because it is so beautiful. Like, she was voice noting me and sending photos. Oh my God. So beautiful.
I think that's the most stunning sight I've ever seen in my life.
Majestic.
Like, so
It was actually magical.
it was. I couldn't believe my eyes, and I was actually crying while I was driving through the, you know, towards Ben Ann. Crying,
That was
going,
insane.
This is stunning, and I just knew at that point I was like, everything's going to be all right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I actually made a TikTok. It's just a drive. What are you crying for? And so many people got it, and I was just, oh, what a day.
Yeah. And you voice noted me being like, I just need to tell someone
need to
who's going
scream
to get it
and
how
tell
nice it is.
Because I feel like I do that sometimes and I like scream at people being like, oh my God, like, listen to this. And people are like, calm down. Like,
I know.
I've seen it a
But I
million
was like,
times.
I've just gone on a dog walk and I've just had a similar experience. Like, I was feeling pure scunnered and I've just gone on a dog walk and I feel the same.
Then we felt connected.
We're just like, yes.
Can it be?
We do this all the time, by the way.
Oh, we do.
Where we just have these moments where we're like, yes.
I feel like we
It's
get
so
it.
good. Yeah.
We get it. I feel like my other pals can be like that. Like, so, especially see like Alicia can be like that where she just screams and you're like,
She does.
she gets it.
She actually does.
Megan as well. You see Megan, she's like,
Yeah.
and it's so good to have pals like that where you can literally,
We just like let it out.
you just,
It just like builds up and we
Yeah.
just have to be like,
it's like the
"Rah."
excitement. Aye.
We can't help
And
it.
people looking in must be like,
Yeah.
no. You know, like bouncing up and down.
See, even at the event last night, I was, see, when everyone started arriving, I was just already feeling the buzz. And I was immediately started dancing. And I feel like people, some of the gals were a bit like, what is she doing?
Oh no, is it
But
one
then-
of these events?
But then I feel like people start to relax and be like, okay,
aye.
she's sound.
Get the good
But
tunes on,
I just,
like, oh.
I just can't help it. It just builds up and I'm like, I have to have to dance.
But see, when you're
because I'm buzzing.
when you're around people who you can just let it
Yeah.
go. Because when else do you do that?
Because see, before would I have ever done that? I'd be
Never.
like, no.
You're that ready.
I actually would have.
We've discussed it. Readies don't exist.
Readies do not exist.
But how good is that? Like, so I actually think about last night. So many moments. I think there's so many videos of like people like jumping up and down, screaming and dancing. But there was also good tunes on.
Yeah.
Young Hearts Run Free.
Oh,
Wee bit of
tune?
Rick Astley.
Oh, Nicki
Nicki
Minaj.
Minaj, Starships. Tunes
So good.
makes all the difference.
So good.
Like, what a vibe. And that's another thing. Like, there's nothing like being in your car, going for a drive,
I love it.
and just blasting the tunes. I'll remember this one time that really sticks out to me. It was after a cold water dip that Alyssa and I done. And we got into one of our cars after it. And you know, you get that buzz anyway, right?
Yeah.
After cold water therapy, you're just like, screaming. But we had Nicki Minaj Starships blasting.
I can see yours.
And we just were like,
I can see yours too.
what a life. This is unbelievable.
Oh, I can literally see yours too.
They do say that cold water therapy gives you the same buzz that cocaine gives you. Not that
You'd know.
I'd know. Genuinely, I wouldn't. Like,
But like a buzz.
I'm a good
What a
lassie.
buzz.
But what a buzz.
I'm a good lassie, I promise.
So if you've ever experienced that, then cold water therapy gives you the same buzz.
It is a buzz though. I love it.
So good.
Even on the fucking hardest days, which by the way, we actually did have one of the hardest days of our life
we've
the other
done
month.
that.
Oh my gosh.
Not
But
good.
it's so good.
This morning was so good. So
Oh yeah, how was
this
it?
morning I done that private group for
Yeah.
Chantel and her clients, and it was so nice because it was a small, intimate group.
Yeah.
And we had the sauna and stuff booked as well. And once we got into the water, it was seeing people who are like, I can't do this. There was a couple of people
Yeah.
there who were just like, no. You know, right? They're shivering and they're
Yeah.
scared. And God, that's where I used to be. And see, after it, when they've done it, that
so
feeling. And I
good.
always say that at all the events, like, see, after it, you are going to feel like a new woman.
Yeah.
You're
It's
going to
so
leave here and
rewarding.
feel amazing.
It's so rewarding.
Good.
I love it.
And then I've got 2 events again next week. So we've got more cold
Yeah.
water next week. Are you coming next week?
Yeah.
Good.
I'll be there.
How exciting.
Oh, so excited.
More events. And then you've got yoga back on Thursday as well.
Yep.
Good.
I'm back on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm back in Bigger, and then back in Glasgow on Thursday.
Nice. Good.
All the yoga next week.
I know, I'm so excited to get back into a normal routine
I
on
know.
Monday, actually.
I need
feel
it.
like I need it as well. Yeah,
We
so
both need it.
I'm the same. I've got clients and I've got yoga Monday and a normal
Yeah.
life again, because obviously William's back as well. So life
The boy is back.
comes back to normality very quickly.
Oh dear. Well, he's gonna have to get used to this. He's
The
gonna have
flat's
to get
been
used to me being around.
The flat has been transformed into a fucking podcast studio.
William, I'm moving in.
Do you know what? Because we need more of these episodes.
I know.
We just,
The lassies want it. So
yep.
sorry, William.
Well, this is such a buzz. I actually love doing this.
I
It's so
know.
good.
We love it.
And we've actually got our next episode planned. So we just wanted this one to be a wee girly chat.
Yeah.
Like, you know, nothing too heavy, because goal setting, you know, that was a lot of like, you know, writing a lot of stuff down and taking a lot of stuff in. And the next one is
It's
going to
gonna
get
be
you,
good.
it's going to get you right in the feels.
Oh hi.
Should we do a wee teaser of what it's going to be?
Yeah, I think so.
What is what? Right. So we've picked the title. What is the title going to be?
Breakdown to break through.
Love it.
Oh
So you can just imagine, right?
yes.
You want to listen to that one, because obviously we will get a wee bit deep, not too deep, because
We're
want
not getting too deep.
it's good,
Yeah.
and it's
That's why
maybe
we wanted
something
this episode, just to be a bit
to break it up.
lighthearted.
And this is maybe something we can all relate to, no matter what you've went through in life. So I'm excited for that. So should we wrap up there?
Yeah. I think like the next episode as well is kind of, we're a bit inspired by last night as well, and all our chats from last night's event,
Yes.
because I think all of us lassies last night have been through similar things. So we were all having that sort of conversation. So yeah, me and Paula were talking today and thinking
we need to do it.
we need to do it.
There's some people still going through it. Maybe some people just started it. So yeah, just a wee bit of inspo for people.
Bit of inspo.
To be like, lassies, if we can do it, you can do it.
So yeah, I think that's a good way to wrap up.
Yes. So
a wee teaser for next episode.
If you're still here, thank you for listening.
Well done again.
And if you haven't listened to our previous episode, it is all about goal setting and habits and new year. And it ties in really nicely as well to our next episode after this.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Thank you ever so much for listening as always.
We love you.
And we will be back soon.
We'll see you next episode.
Outro. Woo!